place that if it's different every time, it's okay. Because that means you have it in your head in a certain way that it's just not, I have to hold on and do it this way. It's the only way I get it right. It needs to be the type of thing, the more you know, the more you show, the more you can play with it, play with the rhythm, play with the delivery, the more you know it, okay? Here's the thing I want to say. Forsaken, return to God. That note, it jumps out of nowhere. So it's a G, passaggio, that kind of breaking point for tenor. It's just like, it's like fun, right? So, come one second. So before you get to that note here, you need to make sure that that's set up. Forsake your idols, your preparation here, your breath, your support, your placement, before you get to that G, not when you get to the G, is what is going to make the difference. So make sure you have the placement already set. God, instead of return to God. Return to God is already there. Okay? So you know how to say, you have the placement for that G already in your head, right? You know where it should be, right? So anything that comes before that G, don't let that muck up the G either. And that's the problem. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the best way to do that?
Okay. Just make sure you don't lose the placement for the G before you get to it, okay? Because some people, forsake your idol, return to. When we descend, that's where we a lot of times lose the placement. If we don't support well do that, okay? Forsake your idols, return to God, for He is Lord. Okay, one more time. So, listen. Through the Word of God.
Through the Word of God, I therefore say to ye,
Prepare.
forsake your idols, return to God, for He is slow to anger, and merciful, and kind, and gracious.
Now, I'm just going to help you a little bit here, because you have some great words. For He is slow to anger, and merciful, and kind, and gracious. Why not take those with a really nice brush? Because you know what those all mean, right? And this is where we begin to really create atmosphere and to tell the story in a way that moves people. Yes?
Right.
For He's a God. Did it work better?
That did, yeah.
Yeah, okay? God, for He is Lord, There.
For He is slow to anger, and merciful, and kind, and gracious, and repenteth them of the evil.
Right?
If with all your heart ye truly seek me, ye shall surely fully find me. Thus saith our God. If with all your heart ye truly seek
Okay, good. It's going very well. So I have a question. Come here a second, if you would please. Thank you. So, I'll just say to everyone here, the difficult thing about this is because, as I said before, the passaggio, that area that most tenors, he's a tenor, I'm a tenor, that we have that break at, that we have to start mixing a little bit because that's where the cracks happen. It's hard for us, so we have to learn how to negotiate that with our technique. That's what I mean by passaggio. Now, the tough thing about this, it always has an ascension through the passaggio that's difficult. With all your hearts, we have to continue to do that, okay? The thing that can help you is if you don't think of the B, if you was in a B flat, if you just sing, if you think the higher note, If with all your heart. And then just place the B before it. Already in the place of the G. So just like before. So instead of, oh my God, I have to go so far. You think you come from above, so. It's an easier approach to the note. Does that make sense? Yeah. Try that, see if that works. And support all throughout, okay? Think the G and sing the B.
If with all your heart ye truly seek me, ye shall never surely find me. Blessed our God.
Say it right here.
If with all your heart
So
ye
the trick is maintaining the higher position all throughout because it dances around that area that if you don't do that, you'll get caught up. I do. It's just, it's that type of piece. Because how it's written, it's problematic for the tenor. Okay? And negotiating that it's hard. Okay? So think about that the whole time. Let's start again. Maintain the height, okay?
If with all your heart ye truly
Every
seek
phrase high.
ye shall never surely find me. Blessed our God.
Here too.
If with all your heart ye truly seek me, ye shall never surely find me. Blessed our God.
Good. Now, the next thing I'll say is I don't mind you having a little bit more space in some of your vowels. So the instead of the, I would say say, not overstretching, but just in a relaxed way to give yourself a little bit more space. If with, it's the if with, I call those shallower vowels. If with all your heart, relax, truly seek me, ye shall never surely find me. Thus saith our God, if with all. Give yourself a little bit of space, okay? I don't want you to overdo it that you're working so hard, okay? But just give yourself a little space, okay?
If with all your heart
Make sure to not have any tension here in your jaw. You can hear the tension in my song if I do that a little bit right. Okay?
We're at 5 minutes. We're at 5.
Really?
I know.
The Atlanta minutes are fast. Okay.
If with all your heart
Sounds easier, doesn't it?
seek me,
Relax.
ye shall never surely find me. Blessed our God. If with all your heart ye truly seek me, ye shall never surely find me. Blessed our God. Blessed our God.
Okay, good. Now, is your teacher here? No. Okay, they're not. I want you to go, everything we talked about, go to your teacher and talk to them about everything I said. And I want them to work through all of this stuff with you. In master classes, we come in for 5 minutes and we hear you, and I don't want to change everything that we're working on, but I think some of these things are foundational that, to my ears, help your singing. Okay? And I want to make sure that that stuff is correctly integrated into how you sing. Now, They should work to make sure that you're not overdoing the vowels, that you're not overstretching, that you're not doing some other things, that you're supporting throughout, that you have relaxed, tension-free, production as you sing. Those things are really important. But I want you to make sure you take every single thing that I took. I saw somebody, so make sure that they get that, and then you walk through that, every part of that with your teacher, okay? Now, let's go to this A flat that's really hard at the end of it. It's hard, okay? Let's get a warm up to it so that it's ready.
He shall ever surely find me.
He shall ever surely find me. More space there, I would say, yeah? He shall ever surely.
He shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God.
Now, bring A flat. Before I do. Yeah. So that's not on the way to it. As if, ye shall ever surely find me. And we just placed the note before it, okay? Thus saith our God. Big breath, prepare. He shall ever surely find me. Okay,
He shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our
yes, better.
He shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God.
Okay. Better, yes? Now, you can do this even better. So we got to make sure that the high notes are not bullseyes. It shall ever surely find me. So I always say that what comes after the high note is what makes the high note better. If it's just a high note, it's not as good as if you sing through the high note and what comes afterward, you pay some attention to, it makes the high note better, I think. He shall ever surely find me, thus saith our God. You put emphasis on it because it's not just you're actually saying something. You're highlighting something. You're putting the nail on the head, or you're dotting the I's and crossing the T's. All of them, as I said before, this is your mother tongue. So it should be the best English pronunciation that you have, because you can say every word, you know what it means. Our God. That's what makes stuff like this, stuff that we think, oh, singing in English is easy because I was born in Georgia. We actually have to learn how to do that too, okay? One more chance for the A flat. How are we on time? We have time. One more. Okay. and finish. I want you to convince me when you finish. I want you to convince me, okay? I want to believe it. That said, who? God. Okay. God said it. I believe it. You know. You shall never surely. Thus saith our God. That's right. Thus saith our God. That's fine.
Thus saith our God, He shall ever surely find me. Thus saith our God.
Okay, good. Now, how long is the value of that last note? The